rocket right here called Poseidon Heavy.
I'm actually never
We
live.
have we have
Mic's
our
phone on. Don't worry.
pardon?
Continue. Just go.
Okay, so this is our heaviest and biggest payload we have ever launched on the space systems today. As you can see next to the rocket, you can see the crew access tower. These are for our crewed Leviathan missions, which will go to the KSS in order to dock and transfer people or Kerbals. And as you can see, we are getting some good shots of the vehicle, awaiting prop load.
Stage 1 pop load
And
has begun.
as good news there, and also we have some good camera footage coming around through the vehicle on the onboards. You can see right there. Also on your screen is a graphic
5
of
minutes.
the rocket. Here on on your right is the altitude or how high the vehicle is. In the center is how much throttle of the or thrust the vehicle is, and a timer of how much into the mission we are going into. And then on the far left is your speed in meters per second. These will vary during the situation. I hope
4:30.
this flight does make it, which is very likely since this rocket is highly reliable. And here we can and once the vehicle has begun its launch, the um the vehicle will go past max Q, which is the stress, which is all the aerodynamic stress forming on the vehicle. This is to be expected with a beautiful vapor cone, which should give us a good air show. But as the vehicle start to fly, it will begin producing lots of sound. And for those locals nearby, you will have to close your ears a bit. This launch is gonna be amazing. Stay tuned. Over to you, ATS.
Thank you, Blue. So, just over a year ago, I mean, no, just over 2 months ago, on the 14th of February, we launched our previous mission, Poseidon Heavy Flight 4. Here's a short recap video on what happened that mission. Attention all flight crew members, this is the final going to go well for Flight 4 of Posideon Heavy. We have liftoff. Vehicle is reaching damage. Vehicle is supersonic. Station approaching. Stage 1 right. Center core has landed. Stage 2 engine cutoff. One more point five. Pallet deployment. Alright. So currently we are 1 minute 30 seconds away until liftoff of Posideon Heavy on its 5th flight. So currently we are about to retract the strong back. in preparation for liftoff.
So the strong back right there is what you see that is holding the vehicle upright, and once the launch begins, the strong back will fully deploy backward. This is to ensure that the vehicle makes it through liftoff, and once liftoff happens, the vehicle will begin its roll program, or if it all goes well, we'll go past max Q, and once we go past max Q, we will begin to do the side core separation, which are those two boosters on the side of the vehicle. And
1
once that
minute 10.
happens, the two boosters will side cores will throttle back, and they'll boost back burn, while the main rocket with the payload will be on its way to space, which is all if it all goes to plan, obviously, which is very likely to happen. And once that happens, the fairing will deploy after the stage 2
1 minute.
separation.
All operators in countdown 1. This is the final going to go pole for flight 5 of Poseidon Heavy. Stage 1.
Go.
Stage 2.
Go.
Side cores.
Go.
Curl inside. Curl inside.
Button.
Never mind. Flight directories go for launch. T-minus 40
As you
seconds.
as you can hear from the radio callouts, the Poseidon Heavy Flight 5 is go for launch. So as the vehicle will, the top part of the vehicle will separate from the booster, these three boosters will make it back to Kerbin, hopefully in one piece. And once that happens, the second stage, which is the top part with the fairing, which is that big rounded bit on the top, protecting the payload from the wind resistance of Kerbin's atmosphere.
30 seconds to
And
lift
once
off.
good news there from 30 seconds. And then once the fairing parts have deployed, we'll
Discord
reveal our probe.
stream shut down. This is temporary. Don't worry, Blue. Just to speed things up. All callouts are from me now until we reach an altitude of 3 kilometers.
Here we go.
10.
I'll stay silent for now.
9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 0 plus 1. We have liftoff. Liftoff of Posideon Heavy. Launching the Worldview satellite for CASA and flying another mission into low carbon orbit.
And to the stars and beyond.
27
Poseidon
engines burning nominally.
Poseidon Heavy is on its way. Got some beautiful camera views right here from the ground up.
Those are drone cams, by the way.
Drone cams, awesome. Also good.
Nominal train pressures, Poseidon 9. Flying to the dawn sky, Poseidon Heavy beginning another mission. 2 kilometers in altitude. Discord stream startup. Blue, you make
As you see-
commentary.
Okay, as you can see, the vehicle just lifted off. Amazing drone camera views of the vehicle as it passes through max Q, or maximum aerodynamic pressure. That's the most stress the vehicle is going to experience at beginning downrange. With some good onboard views. Some of them facing the boosters, and one facing the engine, the second stage engine, which will fire in this vacuum of space.
So
And
some
since
more
this
info
vehicle
about
is
those
heavy,
views. One of them was an up-looking camera onto the 10 kilometers an hour. Should vehicles continue to look in a good trajectory, 400 meters per second in speed. Nominal trajectory for Poseidon Heavy.
okay, so as you can see, the vehicle. The reason why we chose to launch this vehicle in a heavy lifter rocket is because we have a heavy payload, and we want to get our payloads to beyond. So that's why. That's where Poseidon Heavy kicks in. Some amazing views of the engines starting to begin to expand.
Center core throttle up to full thrust. I'm gonna get some rapid acceleration here. Don't be. Look at this thing go. Jeez, it's like a speeding missile. Oh wait, no, that's literally what it is.
You better not. You better not spin this thing out of control.
Don't worry, there's
Anyway,
no
back
lure on this mission yet.
yet. Also, here we got some amazing views. We shall be expecting the side core booster engine cutoff for both the side cores,
Just
and
ignore
in
this.
separation of the side core
I
boosters.
haven't flown this thing in so.
We're just doing some mission check-ins right now.
Center core shut down in 10 in 5, 4, 3. Chico. Side core shut down. Side core
And we
jettison
get
confirmed.
we just saw the boot. Oh, we can see the booster separating.
There they go. Side core jettison. They will perform a boost backburn and try and land just offshore of the land at Kerbin. Nominal trajectory.
Okay. Stage 2 is looking healthy for separation and ignition of the vacuum engine in just another couple minutes. We are seeing some amazing onboard views, some downward cameras actually, from going back down to the ground.
Shutdown will be at 2, 5. And we have Miko.
That's main engine cut off. And expect separation from stage 2 any second. Okay, we just had stage 2
confirmed.
separation.
Stage
And
2
in the
ignition.
second stage, we just got ignition. This is powering our vehicle past the atmosphere.
Apologies for
Actually,
the
out the
last
atmosphere.
Alright, we have plenty of time. Alright, I'll be back in a minute. Blue attack over commentary for now.
Okay, so as you can just see right here, we have some amazing onboard views of the booster. Booster will start to do its flip, and we expecting the booster to head back down through the atmosphere. Right now, you're currently seeing some payload cameras on board the second stage, stage 2, and you can see that vacuum engine burning nicely. This is what we expected to see. And you can see some beautiful, amazing views of the Earth in the background. I mean, Kerbin in the background, sorry. And here we could see the clouds. And you can see our speed. We're currently going 2 kilometers a second, and our altitude is about 106 kilometers above the ground. So we're looking good. We're just about 3 minutes and 25 seconds into flight. Confirmed. This is very good right now. So, and we just reached 2.5 kilometers speed. This thing is going fast. Some more amazing views of the vehicle's payload.
Acquisition signal ATS.
Awesome.
to go to Seco.
Awesome.
Here we go. We're in
Let's
orbit
see.
now. We're gonna do a second band to circularize.
Okay, heard the news right there. We're gonna be heading into orbit. Gonna circularize around Kerbin. So guys, if you just for those who just joined the stream, um, this is Poseidon Heavy Flight 5 just launched. We're currently in orbit, floating around.
And we're coming up on SCS 2. In any second now.
So that's second engine start,
S
and
Stage 2
we just
start.
had some. We just had the engine restart again. This is amazing. Everything going to nominal. And here we go. You can see the engine. You can see the bell of the engine actually starting to heat up. This is meant to happen. Here we go. We can see some beautiful background views of Kerbin. You can as well check the speed because we're going. Right now we're going about 3 kilometers a second. And about 180 kilometers altitude. So this tells us that we are well on our way to orbit. So I hope you guys are really enjoying this the live stream today. So and would you look at that? The engine has successfully shut down
Seco.
and whoop, Seco. That means second engine cut off. So we can see some payload. We should be expected to see the payload separate in about another couple. And then we'll be checking back on the side cores and the center core for a planned recovery on the land and the ocean. And would you look at that? We have payload confirmation of deployment. Beautiful. We're just switching to the center cores or the side cores.
Side core.
So we are attempting to recover both the side cores and the center core in this mission today. I believe we're going to be heading towards for the ocean for the both side cores. Is that right, ATS? And both the side cores are beginning to do their flip. We just saw that right there. They are beginning to slowly reorientate themselves to retrograde. This is the opposite of going up. Basically, we're going back down. And then once that happens, both the grid fins for both side cores will open up.
Flips.
This is flippin' cool.
Nice.
And here and then the both side cores will open their grid fins. These are like little fins. These will actuate and turn and reorientate the boosters in their proper orientation for landing. and we just had some boost back burn happen over here. This is to replace themselves on a good trajectory to their planned landing, which is in the ocean. You can also see those nitrogen thrusters on the top of the both the center cores. Those are meant to steer the boosters
Where's the other
and
core? Where's
ensure.
the other one? Where's that other bus? Where's Bro gone? I can't believe I lost Bro. Where's Bro? Where's Bro?
ATS having a little mental
Oh,
breakdown
there
right
we are.
there. That is to be expected. Oh, there he is. And we are beginning as we begin our boost back burn. This will lower the velocity on our horizontal arc and bring that back down to vertical. That way we can go back down through the atmosphere nice and slowly. Hopefully, we can get it nice and slowly this time. So far, both of the missions have been successful, which is always amazing to hear.
Okay. How far apart are they? Not too far apart. And boost backbone shut down. I don't crash out, Blue. Because if I
Nah,
did
nah, we're
crash out,
doing
that'd be a
good.
bit out of the blue. Oh my god. I'm sorry, guys. About 4 kilometers apart.
This just means that the boosters are 4 kilometers apart from each other. That's their current distance.
It's fine, it doesn't matter if they get too far apart. Wait.
We should be fine. We will be fine, actually. Don't worry, guys. We're all good.
Yeah, it's fine. I can always jump back to F. Morris and land the other one. I'm not too far apart. I'll just. Oh, that's 50-50 if we run out of fuel during boost back or not. Right, how far apart are they going to be? Oh, that's bad.
And we have the grid fins have confirmed that they have deployed. These are our fins to actuate us. This is supposed to move through the atmosphere to get ourselves
Only
back
19
towards.
kilometers apart. Mm, 1 sec. I should be able to jump back to it once. Let's see. Okay, I'm gonna cheat and infinite prop. Toggles. Toggle. Jeez.
Both the boosters are coming through the atmosphere. With that, the other one has confirmed grid fin deployment. This is to be expected. And we get some onboard footage of the booster just then. Some good tracking views of the booster heading its way through the atmosphere.
Oh, this one's dead.
Not worth it.
I think we've lost them.
All two.
Never mind, actually, this one's fine.
Uh, and we had just had that entry burn set up. Booster is slowing its way through the atmosphere so we don't crash down.
We've lost one of the side cores.
Oh, at least we still have the other two. Here we go. We are moving through the atmosphere at intense speeds. This is normal to be expected. Just going about 280 meters a second. And some amazing views right there, some amazing shots.
6 kilometers an altitude.
We really are coming down to the landing.
And I messed that up.
We just had landing burn. This is to slow down the vehicle so that it can land in the ocean. If we can get some on boards right there. We got some beautiful, beautiful camera footage brought to you by Space Systems. See it coming down through the cloud as we prepare for a landing, splashdown. Here it is, right into the ocean. We're just coming in a bit slow. This is normal to see from an orbital rocket on every stream, or most streams. And we can see it just hovering above the ocean.
And like deployment.
Landing legs have deployed. This is, well, to be honest, this is necessary for a land landing. Not so much for the ocean, but we're just demonstrating. And we're coming in down to 8 meters a second. Look at that, splashdown. grid fins are rotating just a bit right here in the onboard footage.
We can recover this from water.
There we go. Some splashdown right there. We got some Posideon heavy landing boosters. They're having a swim club. A booster swim club right here. And as we switch to the other booster, the center core, I believe.
Now we're gonna do center core landing, and we still have time. Oh man.
We're just getting these center core orientating for its boost back burn in this part right here. Oh, we can see the engine start up from the ground.
Yeah.
And that boost back burn might end in a couple of seconds for its reorientation back for the landing, for the entry burn. Some nice onboard view right there of the booster.
We lit up 9 engines for the boost back, because we're boosting back from so much horizontal velocity. We need a big change in velocity to get back.
Yeah, that's why we lit up all the 9 engines to get us back for a nice recovery in the ocean or the land.
We're
Depends.
doing the land.
Okay, confirmed. We go for land. We are gonna ground this thing.
Trajectory overlay.
Here we got some. This is the trajectory to see where we are landing. And we should expect. We'll expect the boost back burn shutdown to happen in another couple of minutes since it's a long burn. So we need to finish burn. Look at that, we go for boost back return.
Yeah, go for boost return.
We are go for booster return. That seems very good.
Boost backbone, shut down. Boost backbone,
This just
shut
mean
down.
this just means that we can return the booster, the center core, all the way back to Kerbin.
That was a long boost back. Very long.
But we made it. Reorientating the booster for booster entry burn once we reach the atmosphere, which is about 70 kilometers. And would you look at that? Some amazing orbit views of Kerbin. Kerbin looking nice and round. It's not flat, but it's round. You can see the grid fins actuating and rotating with the RCS, the nitrogen gas thrusters, doing their job to orientate the vehicle. Let's see if we can nail this landing. Of course, with not a hammer or wood. Let's land it like how we professionally do it. We can also see that the orbit on our orbital trajectory is in nice big arc. A nice big arc for a nice return.
For any of you guys joining now, we have completed a successful booster return, and we are now going for a center core return. Currently, we have the second stage is currently in orbit right now.
Yeah, the center core stage is nice and healthy. We're gonna come in for a booster return.
Stage 1
Now
power
when that
return,
happens,
phenomenal.
the booster will light its. The next major activity is going to be when the booster is going to light its engine well, actually light its three engines for a entry burn, which will actually stop it from going too fast and will lower its speed. And that way we can recover the booster a lot better. So there's two burns, the entry burn and the landing burn. Entry burn is going to happen in another couple of seconds. And then the landing burn will happen once we are well through the atmosphere and doing our landing without having a crash this time. We're just getting ready for entry burn setup. And we have a bit of heat on the grid fin. Just a bit of heat. I'm sure they'll come off any minute.
Stage 1 entry burn.
As you can see right there, we have Starship and oh what? We have Poseidon heavy boosted entry burn set up. This just means that the speed will lower, and that way we will have a nice entry landing. We're coming in a bit too fast, so that's why we're starting our entry burn now. And after that, the engines will shut down, and then the booster will reorientate itself down to a nice landing with only one engine.
Stage 1 entry burn shutdown.
You can see some wind forming, some wind effects forming on the grid fin right there. That just means the vehicle's going through supersonic through the atmosphere. We're just going past 1.9 mark right there. 1.9 times speed of sound. Now dropping.
Stage 1
We
landing
just
burn.
had landing. We just had landing burn startup confirmed for stage one for the stage one center core. We can see the drone coming into feed. We can see the engines now going down to one engine. And we just had landing leg deployments. Beautiful, coming in for a nice landing.
And guess where I am?
And look at that landing view, we can see it from the drone camera. Also, the engine can actually move. It's called engine gimbaling. So that way the vehicle can like orientate better without using the power of grid fins and the little thrusters on the top. We're doing good so far. We shall expect touchdown any second now.
Stage 1 has landed.
Confirm that we have touchdown.
And guess where we were?
We have right next to the launch site.
The very same launch pad it came from.
This is starting to become very rapidly reusable as a 3 center core boost rockets, orbital rocket right now. And over to ATS.
Thank you guys for tuning in. The Space System teams have put in long. Thank you for tuning in. I am your host, ATS.
Should I take over?
You're up.
So yeah, I believe this is the end of the mission, guys. So, thank you for tuning into today's mission. This is Blue Aerospace that was also hosting, and ATS 33 hosting. Feel free to check out the Space System's social media, such as its Twitter/X, its YouTube page, and many more. Even the Discord. Join the Discord chat. Make sure to point any questions out to us. Feel free to put them in the chats. And would you look at that? Look at the vehicle, just chilling there,
It's a
chilling
little
like there like a
excited.
champ.
I'm your host, ATS, and thank you for tuning in. ATS 33, signing off.
Blue Aerospace 236 signing off.